What's up, everybody? This is RadTechShoe, and I'm bringing you episode 17 of my Dante's Inferno LP. We're pretty much done with greed. All we have to do is now get the hell out of here. And good riddance, man. I am freaking done with this circle of hell. After this, we have anger, and we're gonna go actually a good ways into it. This is gonna be a somewhat moderate length video. It's not gonna be too long. And we're gonna, just pretty much go into anger, understand what anger is, and I'll explain more on anger when we get there, and how it differs from what you might think initially. But right here, we're pretty much heading to the exit right now. We just gotta get on this slow-moving little, plate, and we're pestered by a bunch of pests, ironically. And so, this is, like I said, last video I just discovered how amazing the cross is, and it's just doing wonders right here. And the cross is actually going to be I'm going to abuse it a lot, especially later on in the game. Like, the cross becomes so advantageous. So, right over here we've got some more enemies, basically some regular minions, as well as one last, right over there, a Hoarder Waster. One Hoarder Waster shows up to harass us, and I didn't recognize him at first. And I'm like, oh, okay, it's you. And I'm trying to grab him, but he's not but sometimes he just doesn't want to, it's usually attack, then grab, but I'm damaging him, and I'm trying to wait a little bit till after I grab him, and it just wasn't working out, I have no one to blame but myself, so I'm just pretty much just going to start pounding into him. So this is it. This is the final area of greed. Once we defeat these enemies, we're gonna go refill our magic, and then we're gonna exit, and we're gonna head down into anger. And this guy, and I'm dodging this guy, and I realize, wait, there's a mana statue in the back. So I'm like, okay, I can afford to use some magic. So he starts spinning again, and I'm like, oh no, the fuck you don't. All right. So now that is it. We are done with greed. That was the last greed enemy. Well, we'll fight more enemies later that are kind of from greed or whatever. We fought lust demons here, even though we're not in lust, so it is what it is, But say goodbye to greed, everyone. We are done here, and we can finally move on to the 5th circle of hell. So pull the lever, and let's ride the elevator all the way down. Goodbye and good riddance. Okay, so and I always check back behind just in case there's hidden stuff. And there's actually a special item we're going to get here later on in this video that we're going to get that's not really essential to getting, but it is convenient to have, and it is an important item that we need to get. So, let's slide all the way down. We've got a little bit of wall climbing and swinging to do, but nothing treacherous or nasty like what we did in the last few sections where we had to dodge a bunch of flaming assholes. We got nothing like that here. It's pretty simple. Just slide all the way down. I don't think the debris can actually hurt you. And we've got this chain link we need to destroy. And listen closely after we break it. I think we can hear someone laughing, but I'm not entirely sure. But anyway, now we are here. We have now entered anger. And let's talk to Virgil and see what he has to say.
See the souls over whom anger has prevailed. In the warm bath of the sun, they were once hateful. Down here in the black sludge of the river Styx, do they wish they had never been born?
Okay, so, before I get talking about anger and whatnot, I'm just gonna... There's our overall destination. But right over here is a save point, and we're gonna go to that save point first. And just make sure not to fall in the river. I'll actually I'll walk close to the edge and I'll show you something. There's hands that'll... If you fall in the water, the hands will pull you under and you'll die. So, just make sure not to fall in and you should be fine. So let's go over here. Save our game. And now we're going to continue onward further and deeper into anger. Okay, so more about the fifth circle, anger. Anger is the swampy area, which is pretty much all this swamp is the river Styx, where the wrathful fight each other on the surface and the sullen lie gurgling beneath in the water, into the black sulkiness, which can find no joy in God or man or the universe. So this place is where the angry people who were bitter, who, as Virgil mentioned, under the bright sun, they chose to be angry and bitter. This place is reserved for them, the people who just could not find happiness and just, they just wallowed in their own anger and bitterness. So this is where they belong. Now, for the enemies, they're stuck in the river Styx, and the wrathful, the more aggressive ones are the ones on the surface that you'll see fighting each other or trying to pull Dante in. So that's pretty much all of what you need to know about this circle is, the angry and bitter people that were just like that throughout life, which I'm pretty sure all of us have encountered many people like that. This is where they reside after they die. The river Styx is obviously another mythological river that helped form the boundary between Earth and the underworld. And there's 5 of them in total: Styx, Phlegethon, Acheron, Lethe, and Cocytus, or Cocytus. God, that last one I can't ever pronounce. I don't think I'll ever know how to pronounce it correctly. But yeah, it's one of the 5 main rivers of the underworld. And so we're going to actually cross... later on, we'll eventually come across Phlegethon as well. But we've crossed Acheron, and now we're here at Styx. So this is just one of those areas. Oh, and watch your step. It's actually pretty easy to fall in, because this place is very dim, and it's easy to fall. It's easy to accidentally walk off a ledge that you can't see and fall right into the river. So be mindful of that. I don't think I did it here. I don't think, but it does seem pretty easy. Now up here we've got a bit of a small puzzle, but actually right up there, if you saw it at the top of the screen, I noticed a light. So I'm like, okay, let me pull this out a little further and then stand on it. And lo and behold, hey, a soul fountain. So let's jump up here. So this is actually a good place to pay attention to your surroundings, because we've got one important item we're going to find here. It's not a relic, but it is important that we get it. So right here, I'm just having a look around, and I'm actually going to contemplate on what I want to get. Right here, I was thinking about getting a redemption cell, or should I increase the holy protection so that Dante takes 10% less damage? And so I go ahead and do that. So now that I take 10% less damage, it'll be easier for me to stay alive, obviously. So right here, I'm just looking at the power-up menu, and I decide... It takes me a while to come to a decision on this, so I'm just speeding it up for you. But eventually, I'm going to get one more ability right here. I'm going to get this move that I hold L2 and I press circle, and it sends a shockwave out, and it pulls enemies in. So right here, Sacred Justice. Actually, no, wait. It's Sacred Judgment, my bad. So... Sacred Judgment is pretty much... I'm going to show you what it does right here. 1, 2. So it sends a shockwave out and attacks enemies and stuns them barely. And then the second attack will pull enemies in, and then I can just combo them after that. And they'll be pretty stunned after the second hit. Hey Virgil, what's up?
Souls indignant. How many up there count themselves kings, that here shall lie like pigs in the mire, leaving their condemnations far behind?
Man, that's some deep shit to think about. It actually kind of got me thinking. It's like, how many people that hold themselves in such high esteem, and yet when in the end, it's all for nothing, and they're down here suffering in agony because of how they pretty much acted and behaved in life. So that kind of got me thinking. I don't know if that gets any of you thinking, but hey, this game is actually kind of cool, because it's kind of like, I'm trying to figure out, I'm like, okay, based on these circles, where would I end up if this were actually true? If this were actually to happen, what circle do I think I'd probably go to? And that's a tough one, and since we obviously haven't seen... Oh, and watch out, those guys aren't trying to lend you a helping hand. And I love the fact that people on the wall are talking shit to you. They're like telling you... They're like saying they're gonna, you know, cut you open and stuff, and I'm, you know, as you're scaling the wall. That's pretty fun. So, but like I said, we haven't encountered all the circles of hell, so we don't know quite where any of us would belong. But it's rather fun to just think about it and entertain that thought. Anyway, we have a new enemy here. These enemies are rather annoying in that they're similar to the fire, you know, enemies, the fire minions that we fought before. However, we can't just attack them with the cross normally. They can, once they ignite like that, that's when we can hit them with the cross, then they solidify, and then we can kill them. However, the only time they're about to show up like that as fire is when they're about to conduct an attack. So in other words, we have to wait for them to try an attack, then we right before they attack, we hit them with the cross, and then we run over to them and smash them. And that's literally what it boils down to, is being patient enough, beating them, trying to figure out, okay, where are they? Where is he? Okay, he's turned to fire, bam, okay. Now let's get him, and now that's it. So now all we have left is this Seductress right here, or Temptress, one of the two. We have one, you know, we have this Lust Demon we have to take care of. And once we're done with that, we're actually going to go over through that direction. We have two directions we can go. We'll go right first, just so that, because there's a damned over there that we want to, pretty much get to. It's 3 points. So, instead of going straight, let's come on over here. I almost fell in, once again. Let's shatter the wall, and jump on over, and see who this is.
And despoiled like a murderer's victims.
Okay, so this is Boudica. After she was flogged and her children were raped, the vengeful queen of the Iceni tribe tried to set fire to the city of Rome with a bloody revolt. So she was pretty pissed off and angry after what happened to her and her children. So she tried to take revenge, and she was really, really bitter over it. So, you know, she was pretty pissed off at the city of Rome for doing that to her and her children. And for her actions, she got, I guess, you know, even though crimes were committed against her, she was still pretty pissed off, and her decisions led to her ending up down here in the 5th circle. Okay, so jump up on here. You're tempted to drop off right there, but don't. Go all the way across, and we're going to get our very special item right here. Lo and behold, what is it? It is the 3rd Beatrice Stone. So now we have all 3 Beatrice Stones. And what does that mean for us? Well, it means one simple thing. We can auto-absolve the damned now. So that's pretty useful. Now we don't have to do that little mini game whenever we want to absolve those damn people. So let's come on down here, drop on down, and let's have a little bit of a fight. You know, just some demons, a guardian demon right here. These guys aren't too tough. What's ultimately is going to happen is if too many enemies get on this platform with Dante, it'll sink lower and lower, and we'll sink into the river Styx. So that's what you have to avoid. Here comes another one. So that's pretty much all that you need to worry about, is don't let too many enemies get on the platform with you. So, and the good thing is they're demons, so when you kill them, they'll give you health. So just keep wailing away at them, and it shouldn't take too long. Once we defeat enough of them, they'll stop coming. But we've still got a ways to go. So if you notice, I still have to do the mini games here. Only the damned are the ones that get auto-absolved. The regular enemies, the demons and stuff, when we want to absolve them, we still have to do whatever button commands the game requires. So auto-absolve does not just simply make every absolving attempt immediate. It doesn't do that. So let's rip this bastard in half, and it looks like we're done, but we're not. More demons show up, and it's just getting to the point where it's just like, okay, come on, end this already, come on. Okay, so for the most part, I'm just going to go ahead and use the Lust Storm and just speed this up. because I'm getting really tired of this. Because I'm trying to, because I don't know if they're gonna stop coming or not. I'm assuming that after every so often a demon will come. So if I kill these two real quick, I should be able to get out of here before the next demon arrives. So let's go ahead and finish this poor bastard off. And now, finally, God, we can get out of here. Alright, so, let's grab the soul fountain. We're getting close to the end of the video right here. So, and I'm thinking, that passageway off to the left looks like I could go through it. But, anyway, right here, I know to be careful around here.
Beatrice begged me to ravish her.
Okay, whatever, man. Whatever. Okay, so obviously that's Lucifer taunting us. So, excellent. Here we are. Let's go ahead and get some health. Get some mana. And then we're going to go ahead and simply save our game, overwrite our data, and that will be it. And I'm going to end the video right here, and I will see you all in the next video. This is RadTech Shu, signing off.